you're the perfect guest to have this conversation with everybody talking about Kyler Murray and his height and his weight and his hand size and the comparison to Russell Wilson. I'm wondering, how important was all of that when you were making that evaluation back in the day of your current quarterback?
Well, it was certainly part of the conversation, in knowing that we were going against some of the traditional numbers and stuff like that. That it was interesting, for us to look at it. Russell in particular, had done everything he needed to see player-wise. We just had to kind of get over the hump on kind of the status quo thinking, and we were able to do that, and we saw an incredible player enter the league.
Well, I mean, in terms of status quo thinking, what was that? Just your own, I guess, thoughts on what the league had been? Was it somebody else in the room?
Yeah.
I'm just fascinated by the conversation that might have been taking place.
Yeah, I don't think, I was the status quo. I think that was kind of constructed by, years of, coaches and onlookers and all that, thinking that you got to be tall and you got to be the long guys and you got to be that, that pocket guy and all that kind of stuff. There's even always been a stigma about mobile quarterbacks not being able to, be championship and all that. And so the fact that, we got a chance to see Russ, and we've seen him blossom and be such a big factor in the league. I think it changes thinking. And I think it's to the benefit of anybody that's come along after him. And there aren't very many guys, that are smaller guys in height and all that. But we got one coming up this time.
No, I know it's obvious. And do you think, because I guess you just led me to my next question, do you think that Russell's success and what you have shown that you can do with him has led to a changing of the guard, where the status quo is now changed, that you were kind of on the beginning part of that curve?
Well, Rich, I don't know that it has, but if it hasn't, I think you guys are crazy, because Russell, is shown, that it wasn't a factor, Now, Russell's an extraordinary player too. Maybe he's one in a cycle, that can do it. I don't know, but he certainly has shown, and then we, don't forget that Drew Brees is just a little bit taller than Russell. So there's some guys that have really done it in recent times and shown. But I'll be surprised that we don't see an impact, on the decision making of teams with the new guy coming up, and based on what they've seen Russell do.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.